eternally, far above all I could ask or think. Believe, yes, I believe. You say,
I believe that you are able to do exceedingly abundantly, far above all I could ask or think.
I am so excited because the Step Out TV shows are back live on T2I TV. And for those who don't know, Step Out is a series of interviews and motivational segments designed to bring the best out of you. With Oscar Bimpong is designed to interview consultants, experts, talented people, and those doing exceptionally well in their communities. The second one is Step Out SME Focus. This is where we interview young people succeeding against all odds to serve as an inspiration to other young people. And the last one is Step Out Authors Corner. And this is where we interview authors to share what their book is about to the world. Join us every week at 7 p.m. GMT. Like T2I TV on Facebook and subscribe to the YouTube channel. To advertise or for further information, do WhatsApp +44 759 1152 983 or +233 55 580 3924 or email info@traintoinspire.com. T2I TV. We engage, educate, enlighten, and empower.
Welcome to another exciting edition of the Step Out Youth Impact Zone, and tonight is another powerful discussion. For those that don't know, the Step Out Youth Impact Zone is where we interview young people between the ages like 12 to like 35 years for them to come and share their stories. Meaning that we want the young people on the continent and in diaspora to really share their stories to inspire other young people. I always say that the young people on the continent of Africa are the ones that are really struggling. They have been neglected, and nobody is giving them the platform for them to share their stories. And that is what the Step Out Youth Impact Zone is all about. It's for them to share their stories. It's for them to talk about things that really matter, for them to really talk about their success stories, for the world to know that upon all the challenges the continent is having, some young people are taking the bull by the horns. Some young people are changing the narrative. Some young people are changing the norm to really bring that difference. And through that, they are an inspiration to other young people. And tonight is no exception. My guest is coming all the way from Ghana, and we are going to have a very powerful discussion. But before I go on to my guest, I really want to do some few mentions of the sponsors of this program. This program is sponsored by T2I TV UK. This program is sponsored by Train to Inspire Consultancy. For those that don't know, T2I TV UK is powered by Train to Inspire Consultancy. And Train to Inspire Consultancy is your business training and consulting firm. We also work with schools and colleges and universities. Our aim is to really work on their personal development and also to really bridge the gap between academia and the world. Then also ALS Global Shipping and Logistics, your trusted import and export company based in Accra. ALS says if you are stranded at the port, call them and they are going to sort you out. Also ZPay Ghana Limited, your remittance and mobile money company based in Ghana. They just launched their ZPay mobile money USSD code, which is *270#. With ZPay mobile money, you don't need an agent to register for ZPay mobile money. At the dial of your phone, you follow prompts and you can register for ZPay mobile money. Then, lastly, Wheels for Sure. Wheels for Sure is a company based in the UK. Wheels for Sure says that it's a car leasing company for every credit. Wheels for Sure says that it doesn't matter your credit. You can drive out of the garage with a car of your choice. Isn't it amazing? During COVID-19, where a lot of people really want to drive because of COVID-19, but they don't have the opportunity because of their credit history. Now, Wheels for Sure say contact them and you are going to walk out of the garage with a car of your choice. When you call them, quote T2I 2020 and Wheels for Sure will sort you out. Now, if you want to contact any of our sponsors, the numbers and their contact details are scrolling on the screen. Take them and contact them. I always say that if you tell them you got the number from T2I TV UK, you are more likely to get a very good deal. Now, who do I have on the hot seat? This is a young and enterprising young man who is really changing the narrative in Ghana. And that is what I always love. That is young people, that is young people that are trying to make a difference on the continent. And he is an author, he is a transformational, motivational speaker, entrepreneur, a business consultant. He is an entrepreneur, a business consultant, and he is the CEO of Global Institute of Entrepreneurship and Technology. He is in the person of David Asaana. Please welcome to Step Out Youth Impact Zone, and you are live on T2I TV UK.
Thank you, sir.
Wow, how has your day been?
Oh, by the grace of God, my day has really been powerful and very busy. You know, as an entrepreneur, there are always a lot of things to do. So I'm currently putting up a lot of efforts to make sure that Africa, the story of Africa will be well written and will really be put on the correct place on the global map.
Wow, that is
Yes.
to make sure that the story of Africa will be well written. And I think that is a very powerful statement to make. And I believe we are going to have a very good discussion. Now, what topic are we going to discuss? We are going to talk about your ability to identify your purpose in life and breaking the mental barriers in pursuit of this vision. Now, let's go straight to business because people are already waiting. And that is, tell me, who is David Asana in your own words?
Okay, thank you very much. Um, I am David Asana, as you rightly mentioned. Um, I'm from Garutimpani in the Upper East region of Ghana. I currently stay in Accra, where I manage my company, and that's where I work, and that's where I am speaking from. Yes, I am someone who grew up in poverty from one of the poorest places on earth.
Mm.
I never had an advantage to start school early. I struggled on my own till at the age of 13 when I started going to school, when I went to school on my own. Things were not really easy. I suffered in poverty. I had to work to take care of myself at an early stage. As young as I was 9, 10 years, I started working to take care of myself. I had to climb mountains to sell onions to take care of myself. I had to go to the farm to take care of myself. And the story has never been easy. And the worst part of what I've ever gone through that I will not forget is in 2007, there was a famine in our community. where there was no food to buy. We struggled in poverty. Even those who had money couldn't get food to buy. So we suffered. These are some of the few things I have gone through. And then with the struggling I went through, I said I will make it no matter what happens. And it is that kind of zeal and determination that has kept me to where I am today. And I've never given up. So, um, once again, I am David Asana, a young entrepreneur who is actually putting up efforts to change and rewrite the story of Africa. Thank you.
Wow, a person that is to change and rewrite the story of Africa. So at such a young age, where were your parents, and what really caused you to really work at such a young age to look after yourself in education? And were you having siblings? And who was looking after them if you had any?
Okay, so what's happening is that you know the story in some of the villages, especially in Ghana and some parts of Africa. My parents are not educated. My mother is a disabled person. My father too. In fact, they were really poor. So there was nothing. So my father had to travel to the southern part of the country to work to come and take care of us. But when he went, things were difficult, so he never came back. So I had no option than to help my mother to take care of my younger siblings and myself. So that is why I had to start working early on my own and taking care of myself at that age. In fact, as I said, one event that happened that I have never forgotten, and though it was very painful, but I always use it to motivate myself to go higher. Is we were so poor that, look, in our community, we were the poorest, and people sometimes even used to make mockery of us. Even my mother used to sell some small tobacco, cola nut, and other things. One day she owed somebody, and the woman came and even took everything that she had, including her cooking utensils. And this was one of the biggest blow to us because all the things she could use to cook for us, everything was taken. So we really suffered because the background is really bad. As I said, they were not educated. She is disabled. My father was a farmer who was not even available to help us. So this is why I had to work on my own to help myself and my other siblings.
So was that a source of inspiration, or sometimes you felt that there was no hope?
Yes, at times I used to fail to sit down and think about life. And I asked myself one day, why was I in that situation? I asked myself, I am in the poorest continent in terms of development. And it is undoubtedly true that Africa is the poorest continent. Even if you come to Africa, my country, Ghana, is one of the poorest countries in the world. If you come to Ghana, my region, Upper East, is one of the two poorest regions out of 16 in the country. If you come to my region, my district is one of the poorest. If you come to my district, my community is one of the poorest. And even in those days, my family in our community was the poorest. So I asked myself why such a thing has to happen to me. But as I thought about it, I became so determined that I am going to change the situation. And one day, that story is not going to continue. And by the grace of God, it is happening today.
Wow. So
Yes.
take me through a bit of your educational background. How were you able to transition from looking after yourself, getting through secondary school, getting to tertiary institution, and becoming who you are? What did you go through, and what are some of the challenges you can share with us? But at the end of the day, you are where you are now in terms of this journey.
Okay. So as I said, I continued and I went to school at the age of 13 in primary three. And what motivated me was they used to cook sorghum for us at that time. USAID was helping our school with some sorghum. They used to cook for some of the schools, and my school was packed. So the day I went to school, they served us with sorghum, and I was so happy. I said it motivated me. So From that day onwards, I said I will always go to school, and I will always go, and that was my motivation. So from primary three, four, five, around, I was really determined to be the best in my class, and it happened in primary five until I completed GHS. I was always the best student in my class. So that hard work helped me to secure admission to one of the best schools in the region, and that was Bolgatanga Senior High. And when I went to Bolgatanga Senior High School, I never gave up the hard work. I worked hard again, and I excelled very well. Initially, I didn't really have a clear vision, so I really wanted to. After doing the science, in the part of the world that we are coming from,
Yes.
there are no proper structures in place to really help students to identify their purpose.
Mm.
So after studying science, I really wanted to do medicine. I didn't have a clear intention, though my childhood ambition was to become a diplomat. Later on, after studying science, I said I'll become a medical doctor, and I made steps to study medicine. But later on, I could not get admission to medical school because of the competitive cutoff. So I was given biochemistry to study. I went and I studied biochemistry, and along the way, that was where I started thinking more about life because I wanted to really know who I want to be. So
Yes.
after
So
completing,
that one really. So where did you? That was University of Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, or
it was UDS, University for Development Studies.
University of Development Studies. All right then.
Yes.
So from that time you graduated, right?
Yes, I graduated and I started realizing that no, where I was really thinking of going is nowhere I really want to be.
Yes. So that
Because
is why you started that you really wanted to identify the journey of identifying your purpose, right?
exactly.
So take us through that journey of you, that self-actualization of identifying what you really wanted to do. Because I think this is the problem with a lot of graduates and a lot of young people. They find it so difficult to identify what they can really do and the path they want to take. So talk to us about your journey so that it can be an inspiration to other young people.
Okay, thank you very much. Actually, what I started doing was that I started realizing that me studying biochemistry and thinking of going to study medicine, sometimes I sit down and I realize, no, that is not where my passion is. I realized and I felt within myself that I want to do something else and not really become a medical doctor. So I started thinking and um, I started reading books about finding my purpose. And that was the time I was doing my national service and I was really teaching at Bolgatanga Senior High School at that time. I started reading books about my life purpose, reading books like Think and Grow Rich, reading books about how to really discover myself. And when I started reading, I started realizing that um, my true purpose or my talent was really in speaking. My talent was in writing. My talent was in entrepreneurship. So I decided that I will have to pursue that field. And it took me over 1 year doing this. It is not easy. And I have been telling people, so many people are not able to identify who they want to become because they don't really know into details about, they don't study themselves well, they don't discover themselves. So I started reading a lot. As I said, it took me over 1 year. I read more than 50 books
Mm,
before I came to a conclusion as to what I wanted to do in life.
mm,
And as I was reading, I came along something that touched me a lot, and I realized that the biggest regret of people on their dying bed is not doing what they really wanted to do.
mm,
A lot of people are trapped in the wrong careers and they are afraid to quit. They are afraid to move out of the comfort zone. And because of that thing, they finally die one day without achieving what they want. And I just want to cite some few examples. When I was studying, I came across some few examples that I would like to mention. I realized that the most successful people in this world are people who are very confident and determined to pursue the path of their interest and talent
mm,
and not necessarily what they studied in school. And I'll give an example like Komla Dumont, who was the Ghanaian international journalist and a broadcaster for BBC World News. He studied, he actually started studying medicine, failed, studied psychology, finally graduated, went and did public administration, but later on found his true purpose and interest in journalism.
mm,
And when he actually made the move from where he was to where he wanted to be, he succeeded very well as a journalist and achieved one of the greatest feats that a journalist can achieve.
mm,
I can also talk of Isud Anaba, who is one of the renowned Ghanaian pastors. He studied pharmacy at school, but later discovered his interest in preaching the gospel. I can talk of even in the Bible, Jesus Christ. Everybody expected him to be a carpenter like his father, but he defied their logic and wisdom and followed his purpose. And I can add Bill Gates. His father wanted him to do law because the father was a lawyer. But maybe that was his reason. But as he went along to study pre-law course at Harvard, he finally understood that he had something bigger. He wanted to be a software developer. He wanted to be an entrepreneur and a business conglomerate. And when he went to pursue what he wanted, today we can all testify that when he pursued his life's purpose, the world can hear of him. So what I want to say is that anyone who is listening to me now should understand that when you discover your purpose in life, and you pursue it. I am not necessarily saying that you should quit whatever path you are pursuing and pursue a new path, but I mean that if you know within yourself that what you are pursuing or whichever career you are in now is not the path of your talent and purpose and desire, you should be confident enough to make the move from where you are to the place that you want to be, because it is only that place that you can really exhibit your talent and who you are, and the world will hear of you no matter where you are. When you discover your purpose and talent and you develop it, you will shine throughout all parts of the world. That's what I can say.
Trust me, I'm enjoying this discussion, right? I don't know
Okay.
how, if you are watching this, how you are enjoying this discussion. But I want you to understand that if you are enjoying this, please share this for somebody to really have the opportunity to listen to powerful discussions like this. Please share it to a WhatsApp group, share it to a page or a group for somebody to really have this opportunity. Also, we would like to encourage you that like our page and subscribe to our YouTube channel, because these are the kind of discussions that we are bringing to you every single day within the week, and you can't afford to be missing this. We have paid the price to really follow entertainment and comedy. This is the time for us to really follow platform like this, for us to really share knowledge so that we can all be inspired to achieve our goals. Now, let me go straight to this, right?
Okay.
Now, there are some people, when they finish like university, they can stay at home for, let's say, 5 years, just because they haven't really got an opportunity in the course that they did.
Okay.
So they prefer to wait for that opportunity, or to get opportunity in that particular area that they really graduated from. But you have defied the odds and transitioned to an area where you think you can do to the best of your ability. What are you going to tell those people?
Okay. So I have always advised my friends and people I speak to all the time that in this world we are living in today, it is about what you can solve, what problem you can solve. The most successful people are the people who can solve, who are solving most solutions who are providing solutions for other people's problems. So if anyone studied a particular course in school and thinks he or she really wants to follow that particular path, and even if he or she is not given the opportunity, the person can actually develop his talent well, identify problems in relation to what he or she studied. And once the person can provide solutions to people's problems, he can really do something great. Because if you study something that you realize later that what I have studied has no impact on people's life, you should even be confident and think of putting your effort in an area that you can solve problems. So I encourage the people who have studied programs, and maybe they are waiting in their homes now, maybe they are unemployed and they are looking for an opportunity one day, that opportunity will not come and look for you. You have to look for the opportunity. Reach out to people, build relationships, develop your talent very well. If people trust you and believe you can do solve their problems for them, they will come and seek for you. But as I said, the problem of most of our youth, for instance, is some of them don't even develop their talent very well. They have not even built that relationship to show to people, to indicate that I have studied this and have this skill and I can solve this. That's why they are behind. So I encourage them to develop more talent, develop their skills, reach out to more people, communicate, form relationships. People do business, or people engage the services of those they trust. So if anyone can prove beyond reasonable doubt that I have this skill and I can do this, definitely they will get an opportunity to showcase their skill and also get paid for. That's what I can say.
So now you have transitioned into your purpose, right?
Yes.
How is the journey like?
It is really very, it is not easy, because making a move from where I was to where I want to be now, it was not easy. Let me just tell you something. I started teaching as a high school teacher after my national service, or after university. So when I started teaching and I realized I want to move to business entrepreneurship and consultancy, it wasn't easy. And sometimes when people see me, they think maybe people are really um, people are providing sponsorships and helping me. Maybe they don't really know that I had to do a lot of menial jobs, struggling in my own way to really make it. And what I can say is that it is not easy. I even, as I started this my company, I had to even sleep at the office most of the time. Sometimes I come to work as early as 5 a.m. and close as late as 8 p.m. Even as a high school teacher, I had to walk around the streets selling books, because I wrote and I've written 3 books, and my first and second book, I used to go around the streets through almost all parts of Ghana to sell. It was through all those things that helped me to really put the monies and the resources together to start this company. But people don't know. A lot of people want to succeed, but they are not willing to put in this kind of effort that is required to really get to where they are. I struggled a lot. I didn't get it easy. Even as a high school teacher, I have to sometimes go to school when I close. I have to go and sell from door to door, market to market, shop to shop, house to house. I did all those things. Sometimes when I am even in the car, I am reading, because it is reading that has really helped me to where I am. And I tell you, I have read over 150 books in the last 2 years, and those books have really changed my life. So I had to put in a lot of hard work and determination. It was not really easy. Sometimes I don't even live a normal life, because if I want to live a normal life that people expect of me, it wouldn't be easy for me. And our society is also such that people think when you start something, you will easily succeed in it within a short time. It wasn't so easy. I have gone through so many things. And the one thing that keeps me moving every day is the vision I have of where I want to get to. That keeps me moving. So that is what I can say about my journey so far.
But you see, a lot of young people do not have that source of inspiration to keep going when they start something. They either start, sometimes they never start at all. They never get the motivation to start. Sometimes when they start, they give up too soon. Sometimes they can hang in there for some time and they realize that things are not working and they give up. What makes you different, and what where do you get your source of inspiration from?
It is desire and determination. People are they easily give up because they don't have a strong desire. Weak desire lead to weak results. Any unsuccessful person is simply a person who doesn't have a strong desire enough for what he wants. Someone who has a strong desire for what he wants will find energy even when he or she is tired. So a strong desire and a clear vision for what I want. And it also takes discipline. I have to constantly read And as I told you, I keep on reading, reading, reading. It is the reading that helps me. Sometimes when I want to give up, I am following people like Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, people like Jack Ma, who didn't have it easy. So if they didn't have it easy, who am I to expect it to be easy? So I know the journey is already rough, and once I have that expectation in my mind, I never give up. And I even realized that Jack Ma came from a very poor family,
Mhm.
had to struggle, and even when he started Alibaba, it took him 3 years and he didn't make any profit, but he never gave up. So I knew that my story is even small, and with this in mind, I expected to become unstoppable. No, I just believed within myself that nothing can stop me, no matter what I do. It is either I do it or not at all. And with that kind of spirit of determination, I have never given up. And as I said, it is the reading. If many people easily give up because they don't have they don't really know what others have gone through in what they are doing. If you know what others have gone through and you already know that these are things I am going to face, when you meet those things, it won't be a surprise to you. And that is exactly what I've been doing. Every day, I constantly listen to motivational tips and videos. I listen to the top thinkers around the world. And once I listen to them, I listen to their wisdom. I also know that I am getting there.
Trust me, if you're enjoying this and you don't share it, then I can say that you are a bit greedy because you are not giving other people the opportunity for them to listen to wisdom and powerful message from our guest. Because trust me, I am going to watch this over and over and over again. And there is one thing that you have repeated several times, and it looks like you are speaking to me because I am not a very good reader. I am a slow reader. So when I take one book, it takes me a long time for me to finish. But some people are very good readers. They take book and within a short space of time, they are able to finish reading it. So one thing I'm learning from you today is to start reading and making that conscious effort to read a bit faster and get books out of the way. And look, we all learn from people. Everybody, you have to have a mentor. You have to have somebody that you are learning from. Because if you don't have that, then trust me, as he's saying, you will never know what others have gone through. That can be a source of inspiration for you to keep going. Now, is there any one thing that happened to you that you realize that no, I want to give up? I want to give up. This is too challenging. Because sometimes a lot of people don't know your story. Like me, for instance, here, people don't know my story very much. But if I tell you my story is a book. It's a book that you can read it and after you wake up and go out there and pursue. Is there one thing that happened to you one time and you realized that, look, I wanted to give up?
Yes, there have been several stories of such. But as I told you, me, I have the spirit of not giving up.
Mm.
And no matter what happens, either anytime, no matter what, though there are a lot of distractions, as I said, when I started my company and things were tough, it comes to a time that when you, as a startup, a new startup, sometimes you will not always, you struggle to get your first clients, and it is not easy. People started giving up on me. Some started making fun of me that I claim I am doing business. Then they have not really seen what I am doing. Even the family, sometimes they will think they won't believe what you're saying because they don't see it. But I saw the vision in my mind and I know that where I want to go. But people didn't see the vision I had. So some people were really discouraged because they thought that this guy is doing something really nothing. But I believed, and once I had the vision, things became tough on several occasions, but it has never come to me to think of giving up. So almost every day I keep on constantly being inspired. So as I told you, every night I play tips till like motivational tips till daybreak. So when I wake up, I am very strengthened and very powerful and thinking I can conquer the world because nothing seems to come to me like I should give up. So though difficult moments have come along the way, but I have never thought of giving up.
Wow, you've never thought of giving up.
Yes.
Now, when you start the journey of entrepreneurship or pursuing your vision, there are so many mental barriers that you can go through. Is
Yeah.
there any mental barriers that you really encountered in pursuit of this your vision?
Very, very true. They are mental barriers. Um, Number one of the mental barriers I had was I was always thinking I don't have money. And I have so many other people who have that situation. And I have been telling them, but people don't really get my story. The truth is that money is merely ideas transmuted or translated to this physical equivalent. Now, I used to think that I don't have money, I don't have somebody who can sponsor me with big money, or I want to start a company, I don't have money, I don't have money to start a business. But when I started reading, I realized money is ideas. So I had to write a very compelling vision. I had to be determined enough that I want to do this, and no matter what I go through, I will do it. So I see a lot of people who claim they want to do business, but the problem or the mental barrier they have is that they think they must have big money to start. It is never true. And most of them, I had a seminar in Accra here, and I asked some of the participants about what prevented them from starting a business. And out of 52, 47 of them wrote lack of money or lack of funds. When I asked anyone of all of them, anyone who had a business plan that he has written it up and needed funds to establish it and didn't get, I had no one. So the truth is that most of the people who claim they want to start a business and they don't have money, most of them don't have an idea. They don't even have a business plan. They don't have a business idea. They don't have a prototype to show that this is what I want to do. If anyone has a compelling business idea and he doesn't have the money to really go through it, I have always told people they can contact me. I can show them companies. I can show them institutions, venture capitalists. I can show them philanthropists who are ready to help them. Most of the successful companies we have in the world today are companies that the founders didn't have the money, but they had great ideas, and they were determined to really implement the ideas, and they had help. So that is one of the the mental barrier I had, and I had to put in a lot of effort. I never even thought I could do it, but it was through the reading, as I said, through sharing, learning of information from others. I came to realize that I don't need to have the money, all the money before I can start. So that is one of the mental barriers. Another one I have about, I want to give 5 of them and I'll make it a bit snappy. Another one that I want to talk about is people think all opportunities have been taken. And I used to think in the same way. I used to think opportunities have been taken because um, all what I wanted to do, I've seen people have done it. But the truth is that there are more opportunities in the world today than any time in human history because most of the barriers of human limitations have been broken. For instance, in 1800, if you wanted to send a message to 1 million people, you would have spent a lot of money and it would take several days to really get to them. But by the power of technology, today you can reach 1 million people within some few minutes or hours if you really, with a relatively low cost.
I think we've got a bit of challenge with our guest. So we will come back very soon. Don't check the dial. We will come back very soon.
I believe that you are able to do exceedingly abundantly far above all I could ask or think. Believe, yes, I believe. You say,
I believe that you are able to do exceedingly abundantly far above all I could ask or think.
I am so excited because the Step Out TV shows are back live on T2I TV. And for those who don't know, Step Out is a series of interviews and motivational segments designed to bring the best out of you and your business. Therefore, we have the following TV programs. Our first TV program, which is our flagship program, dubbed Step Out with Oscar Bimpong, is designed to interview consultants, experts, talented people, and those doing exceptionally well in their communities. The second one is Step Out SME Focus. This is where we interview business owners and showcase their products and services. The third one is Step Out Youth Impact Zone. This is where we interview young people succeeding against all odds to serve as an inspiration to other young people. And the last one is Step Out Authors Corner. And this is where we interview authors to share what their book is about to the world. Join us every week at 7 p.m. GMT. Like T2I TV on Facebook and subscribe to the YouTube channel. To advertise or for further information, do WhatsApp +44 759 1152 983 or +233 55 580 3924 or email info@traintoinspire.com. T2I TV. We engage, educate, enlighten, and
I believe that you are able to do exceedingly abundantly far above all I could ask or think. Believe, yes, I believe. You say,
I believe that you are able to do exceedingly abundantly far above all I could ask or think.
Welcome back, everyone. We just have a technical hitch, but we are back. I'm enjoying this discussion. I always say this, that if you are enjoying it like me, just like our page and subscribe to our YouTube channel, T2I TV UK. Also, please share this because you might never know who you'll be blessing with this powerful discussion coming from our guest, David Asaana. As I'm enjoying it, I also believe you are also enjoying it. And it's been an amazing discussion. I think this is one of my best interviews. I'm enjoying it. Enjoy it as well. But please share this for somebody to have the opportunity to watch this. Please welcome back, sir. And we are happy to have you back.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah. So we were talking about the mental barriers
Yes.
in relation to this vision that you are embarking on, and you were on the second one. So if
Yes.
you can continue from there.
So what I was saying is the second one was people think opportunities are not there. But there are more opportunities in the world today because most barriers of human limitations have been broken. And as I said, it was difficult to send a message to 1 million people back in 1800. But that could be done within some few minutes now at a very low cost. So, and today you can sit in your room and sell to anybody around the globe. And that is amazingly very great. Another one that I want to add is that even there are problems such as diseases, incurable diseases that are causing havoc to the society, such as cancer, coronavirus. We also have energy crisis, and we are moving to the green energy initiative. We have Um, Problems such as cybersecurity, these are opportunities for people to really become rich and people who are ready to take the initiatives in these kind of fields, as well as many other fields where there are problems that we don't know, are people who can really make it. So what I always advise is that there are a lot of opportunities. And I will just add some few of the other mental barriers, such as many people think they don't have enough education, but I think they don't really understand the concept of education. Because if you look at most of the most successful people in this world, some of them were not really highly academically educated, but they made very um, indelible impact on the surface of this planet. And I think our problem is that people confuse education with going to school. And that is not, these are two different things. Education is actually the ability to develop one's mind, the ability to really use one's skills and talents to really achieve what he wants in a very meaningful way. And most, as I said, most of the people who really formed the foundation of education, for instance, were not educated. People like Socrates and Aristotle, people like, even let me even use Ghanaian examples. People like Mensah Utebel, people like Kwame Despite, people like Jacob Zuma from South Africa, who was the former president of South Africa. He never went to school, even primary one, but he is very highly educated. So what am I trying to say? Napoleon Hill once said, the one who stops learning merely because he has finished or he has completed school is hopelessly doomed to mediocrity, no matter what may be his calling. So I always want to tell people that, look, you can learn. Personal development or self development is one of the greatest things that will help anyone to succeed. And for me, I have always been learning, I have always been putting up a lot. And I can say that what I have learned on my own has helped me to succeed far more than what I ever learned in school. So, what I want to encourage people is that those who think they don't have enough education may be educated, but they have the wrong education and they have the right to be educated in whatever way they want, because there is self-education. They can learn, they can read through books, they can attend seminars. There are a lot of ways to learn. The other mental barriers are talent. People think they don't have talent, but most of the people who think they don't have talent actually have talent, but they haven't developed it. And there is a saying that hard work defeats talent when talent refuses to work hard. People have the talent, but they don't want to work hard. So their talent will be dead because nobody will ever know what. Nobody succeed by merely having talent, but by dint of hard work. Then, lastly, people also think that maybe they are disabled, and that doesn't help them to succeed. And I am saying that physical disability that doesn't really affect a person's brain and faculty of reasoning cannot really stop a person from achieving his purpose in life. Why do I say this? An example is Natalie Dutoit, who was a South African swimmer. She started swimming early. She had an accident at the age of 14, broke one of her leg, and never gave up. She never gave up. She was determined to get to the Olympics. And I tell you, she became the first person to swim at the Olympics and to even compete with able bodies, and was even able to win. If somebody who had only one leg could compete with people who have two legs and could win in a competition, that is something very great. Then Franklin D. Roosevelt, the former American president who has been ranked consistently as one of the best presidents ever, was disabled. She had polio and she was sitting on a wheelchair and could even defeat an incumbent president, lifted America from the Great Depression, and was able to help America to become a world superpower, exerting a significant amount of influence around the globe. So I want to just say that anyone can make it no matter the condition. Helen Keller said that the only thing that is worse than being blind is having vision, having eyes but no vision. And I have said that the worst disability is not physical disability, but physical ability with no vision. So people have physical ability, they have the eyes, but they have no vision. That is why we have disabled people who are able to achieve far greater. So that is the few mental barriers I have encountered, and I was able to break them in my own way. And through the change of mind, it has really helped me a lot.
This is interesting, and I think we share so many things in common, right?
Okay.
There is one thing I always tell people, and that is, you see, disability is not inability, right?
Very true.
A lot of people are disabled, but it doesn't mean that they are not able, right?
Very
That
true.
is why you can have a disabled person that is more successful than an able person.
Yeah.
And the most dangerous form of disability is not the physical disability, but the disability in the mind. Many people are physically able, but they are disabled in the mind,
Yes.
you know? And to be disabled in the mind is one of the most dangerous prison that you can ever be in. So there was this guy who was being in prison, falsely accused in the US, been in prison for over 30 years, called Archie Williams. And he was really, he got out of prison. Now they ask him, how were you able to sustain yourself in prison for over 30 years
Mm.
for a crime that you did not commit? And he made one powerful statement. He said, I was in prison, but my mind was not in prison. Meaning that there are
Mm.
some people
Okay.
who have got freedom. They are not in physical prison, but their minds are in prison. That is why somebody can come from a physical prison and come into what? The world, that is freedom, and become more successful than somebody that has not been in a physical prison. So
Yeah.
the mind is one of the most powerful tools that you can think about. And I have got a book coming out called Mindset Revolution: Re-engineering the Mind from Prison to Purpose. And I believe that our success and failure starts here. It doesn't start with what we don't have, but it starts here. Some people have already lost the battle in the mind before they even take a step. So I really agree with you with what you are saying, because a lot of people give excuses. They look at the physical things without thinking about their abilities, their skill sets that they can use to really succeed.
Okay.
Trust me, we've got countless of comments here, but I will try to read some of them. That is Kwesi Frank say, great message, keep it up, bro. Joseph Lucas said, this is inspiring, I'm learning a lot. Then I have got Akubela Paul says, very powerful message. I've got Miriam Asori says, great message, bro. Akubeli Paul comes back to say, very great message, keep it up. Ibrahim Dubiyali says, you are an inspiration to the current generation, young people, current generation of young people. Then Veronique Teria says, enjoying this interview. Hajia Zenab says, ideal. I think he made a statement. I think um, Mr. Kote, ideal Donatus, you are invited. Trusted Obo says, great message. Then I've got a message from Peter Akwesi Bewa. He says that education system across the entire country needs reform urgently. From my own perspective, it is very imperative for us to reform our education system in this country, because I think our education system is based on remembering, not thinking. And this makes us container of useless knowledge. I believe our education system has limited our thinking capabilities and has diverted most of the youth's dreams. We must demonstrate the needed skills in our education to create a modern society, create an open atmosphere for entrepreneurial capability and skills formation, and create jobs for the youth. pbewa@gmail.com. I think he has put his number there. We will try and contact you. Then Abayile Jacob said, David Asana, you are a legend. I'm moved into tears with your story and determination. It's certain by God's grace that the future is bright. Then Trusted Opo says, go higher, David Asana. I'm getting inspired this evening. You are a true guru. That's very interesting. Oh my God. There are so many messages, right? And I think Abimbila A. Beneza said, watching live in Ghana. Then Afatos Yeshua say, it's a privilege to witness such greatness taking shape right before my very eyes. I think let's go straight to our discussion. Time is already fast spent. Just be snappy with this. Do you think there is hope for the young people on the continent of Africa?
Okay, yes, there is hope. I have always said that a continent like Africa, with 30% of the world's natural resources and undisputably the richest continent in terms of natural resources, has a great potential. And one other important thing that we can talk about the potential of Africa is we have a youthful population. If the mindset of the African youth can change, if we have people who are ready to think 50 years ahead of time, if we have people who will not rely on government and will be able to think and believe that the future of Africa is in the youth, the hands of the youth, and are able to take the future into their own hands and can change their mindset and prepared for the future like the way I am thinking, I believe in the next few years, Africa will be one of the most powerful continents the world will have. So I want to just encourage my people around or all the viewers that please let's change the attitude. The reason why Africa is behind is mental slavery. Our mind is enslaved. If people can change their mind and know that money or poverty is not poverty is about lack of ideas and not necessarily lack of resources, and can change and are able to really transform the continent with the resources that we have, we will really get to where we want to be. So this is the little that I want to say. There is indeed hope for Africa if the youth, if only we can change our mindset and believe that nobody, no help somewhere will come and help Africa's problems. The help that we need to develop Africa is in our minds. And if we can change and develop our mind, we can really change the continent.
That is really powerful. And that is why I have started this movement called the Mindset Revolution. And that is what my book is all about, Mindset Revolution, re-engineering the mind from prison to purpose. I believe that if the mindset can change, everything can change. Sometimes we are really solving the issues of we don't have resources, we don't have money, somebody did not help us. No, it's not about even the resources that you don't have. It's about you being resourceful. Changing the mindset is what is going to really cause us to really get to where we want to be. And I believe that with me and you and all those that are watching us today, they are going to have a different mindset that is going to take our continent to the next level. Now,
Very
time is fast spent. Let me just mention a few of our sponsors. This program is sponsored by Train to Inspire Consultancy. That is your business training and consulting firm. We work with different consultants across the globe to deliver bespoke training programs for your organization. Also, we work with colleges, universities, and second cycle institutions to help in their personal development and to bridge the gap between academia and the world. Then also ALS Global Shipping and Logistics, your trusted import and export company based in Accra. ALS says if you are stranded at the port, call them and they will sort you out. Also ZPay Ghana Limited. ZPay Ghana Limited is your remittance and mobile money company based in Ghana. They just got registered to deliver mobile money in Ghana. And they just launched their USSD code, and that is star 270 hash. Says just at the dial on your phone, you can register for ZPay mobile money. Then Rules for Sure, your car leasing company for every credit. Rules for Sure says it doesn't matter your credit. You can drive out of the garage with a car of your choice. Now, in coronavirus in the UK, as the numbers are increasing and you don't want to take public transport, but you need a car, but because you don't have a good credit, you cannot get a car, call Rules for Sure, tell them your problem, and you are going to walk out of the garage with a car of your choice. When you call Wheels for Sure, just quote T2I 2020 and they will sort you out. If you want to contact any of our sponsors, their contact details are scrolling on the screen. Also, if you want to sponsor any of our shows, take the T2I TV UK number or the Train to Inspire consultancy number, and we are going to work with you. We always say that most businesses cannot go to mainstream media to advertise, especially small and medium enterprises. Come to us, we will have a very good deal with you. And as a business consultancy firm, we can also help you to grow your business. It's been wonderful having you. From now, I'm going to call you Dr. David Asaana because you deserve it. Huh?
Okay, thanks.
Yes, your last word to everyone that is watching us, every young person that is watching us, every African that is watching us, including those in diaspora. What is your word for them?
Okay. So my last word is that I want everybody to really search through himself or herself to discover his true purpose, to discover something that resonates with him or her, to discover something that he or she really thinks. This is the exact reason why I came on this planet. And I also want to say that through all the things I was saying, nothing changes until you change your mind. Bernard Shaw once said that progress is impossible without change, and those who cannot change their mind cannot change anything. So, your outer world is an expression of your inner mind, your beliefs, your mental programming. If you don't change what you believe, nothing will change in the outer world. So, I encourage all of you watching me tonight that you can do incredibly greater than you ever thought you could. If only you can change your mind and believe it is possible. Because belief is something that can put people in prison for having the wrong idea. But if you change your mind and you have the right perspective and you are determined, no matter whether you are American or Indian, Chinese or European, African or American, black or white, you will surely get it. The laws of success works irrespective of who you are if you really obey them. That is my last word. And I will just add that those who might have liked what I said is just most of what I spoke about are in this book, Achieving Your Greatest Dreams. If they really like the message and they wish they could continue, they should contact me for a copy of this book, or they can contact T2ITV and we will provide them a copy and it will help them. There are a lot in this book, and what I spoke is not up to 10% of what is in the book. So that's the little that I want to say.
Wow. Thank you very much. And I really enjoyed this discussion. Trust me, it's been one of my most powerful discussions. I've been doing interviews the last 10 years. And trust me, this is one of the interviews that I've also enjoyed. And I've got so much memories of people that I've interviewed. And I think you are going to stay in my memory. Now, if you are watching this for the first time, I will encourage you to share this and also like our page T2I TV UK and also subscribe to the YouTube channel. These are some of the discussions that we will be bringing to you. We've been bringing to you. So please, just even share the link for somebody to like the page so that people will have the opportunity to really learn. I always say that on this platform, you can really get what you have to read in the book in 1 hour. Why? Because we bring experts, consultants, talented people, people doing exceptionally well in their communities for them to come and discuss pertinent topics that can shape your vision, that can shape your life, and cause you to believe again. I've got a hashtag, and my hashtag is that it's possible if only you believe. If you don't believe, there is no way it can happen. And that is what I want you to understand, that it doesn't matter. It is about time you stop complaining. Your success does not depend on the government. Your success does not depend on a politician. Your success does not depend on an uncle that did not help you or your parents. Your success depends on you. There are people that are complaining and giving excuses. But I always say this, that in the midst of all the people that are giving excuses, in a country where we have got unemployment as a situation, you have to understand that you can follow people like David Asaana and have the belief that if he can do it, I can also do it. Success is within reach for all of us, but it depends on you, not a third party. Anybody that comes in your life is there to support you. They are not there to come and take the steering wheel from you. They come as a passenger to support you. For you to succeed, you have to be on the driver's seat to drive yourself to success. And we want to encourage you that success is within reach. It depends on your mindset, the people you surround yourself with, what you believe in, your vision. Go out there and execute, and you will be able to succeed. Thank you very much once again, David Asaana, for your time, and anyone that really spend your precious time with us. Thank you very much. We are here every Tuesday, every Thursday, and every Saturday. Don't miss it, 7 p.m. GMT. Always be here and come and let's share knowledge. Share this for somebody to enjoy it. And God richly bless everybody. See you on Thursday. See you on Saturday. And see you the weeks ahead. Bye-bye.
Bye.
I believe that you are able to do exceedingly abundantly, far above all I could ask or think. Believe, yes, I believe. You say,
I believe that you are able to do exceedingly abundantly, far above all I could ask or think.
I am so excited because the Step Out TV shows are back live on T2I TV. And for those who don't know, Step Out is a series of interviews and motivational segments designed to bring the best out of you and your business. Therefore, we have the following TV programs. Our first TV program, which is our flagship program, dubbed Step Out with Oscar Bimpong, is designed to interview consultants, experts, talented people, and those doing exceptionally well in their communities. The second one is Step Out SME Focus. This is where we interview business owners and showcase their products and services. The third one is Step Out Youth Impact Zone. This is where we interview young people succeeding against all odds to serve as an inspiration to other young people. And the last one is Step Out Authors Corner. And this is where we interview authors to share what their book is about to the world. Join us every week at 7 p.m. GMT. Like T2I TV on Facebook and subscribe to the YouTube channel. To advertise or for further information, do WhatsApp +44 759 1152 983 or +233 55 580 3924 or email info@traintoinspire.com. T2I TV. We engage, educate, enlighten, and empower.